Alright, here we are, day number 9, Workshop Wasteland Tricks or Treats. Got a little lathe trick for you. It's not my idea. I saw it somewhere else on YouTube and I thought it was awesome, totally genius. And I decided I was going to implement it into my workshop and it's worked well. It saved me a lot of time. I think you're going to enjoy it. Let's hop back here to the lathe and check it out. Thanks so much for stopping by. We'll see you in tomorrow's video. I have something kind of interesting. I saw this on another YouTuber's channel. I don't remember who it is. I'd love to give them credit for where I saw it, but I saw it a long time ago, and I'm not sure where that is at this point. But here's the trick, and here's the situation. So let's pretend we just machined this part, right? And we'd like to deburr this edge as well as the inside of this part. Of course, deburring the outside is pretty easy. When the part is way out here, you know, we all just give it a couple of licks with a file and that's fine. Doing it here is still okay, maybe questionable at best because it's very, very close to the jaws. And for one, you don't want to tear up the jaws. For two, you don't want the jaws to catch this file and, you know, send it for a ride, hopefully not sticking you in the guts. So this is questionable as to whether or not this would be safe. I've done it. I'm sure many of you have done it, if not most of you have done it, but there's an overall better way. What I started doing before I discovered this awesome little trick is using one of these threading tools. Let me get you a better camera angle here. So this is a carbide insert for threading, and you could bring this in and it would give you a nice little chamfer on there. And again, this works perfectly adequately, just like a file does. But as you can see, this tool sticks out a lot, which again is getting very close to the chuck jaws. I mean, clearance is clearance in the machining world, but while this works okay, and it works well on the outside of a part, it does not work to deburr the inside of the part. So that brings us to the next issue of, we just got done boring this hole, we faced off the front, and now we have a bit of a burr inside of there, which this one actually does. I can catch my fingernail on it. So it's great for this demonstration. So again, I know you could probably take a round file in there and file your way around, and that would work. But what I came up with, or what this YouTuber came up with, is a double-ended, I guess we'll call it a double-ended tool in a tool holder. And what we have are two capabilities here. So the first one being, we can come in, give our chamfer there. So we have a chamfer on the outside now, and I'll demonstrate this here in a second. Back our tool away, pop it out of the tool post, put it on the other side, and now we can come into our hole and hit it with a deburr there as well. So let's take a look at how quick this is in practice. So you have to make believe a little bit. We just got done machining this surface. Let's see how quick we can get this done. So again, I'm just going to come over and touch. That's about all it takes for a chamfer. Swap this around and come back into our part over here. And again, we hit that with a little bit of a chamfer. So really, truly nothing to it. Nice clean on the inside, nice clean on the outside. Super quick, super easy. I did grind a little bit of relief in this tool there and here. These are just cheap brazed carbide inserts. I think they're like $7 each on eBay. Super cheap. If ever if this cutting edge got dull, all I have to do is flip my two tools around and I'll be using the fresh cutting edge on both of them, and all will be well. So for like 14 to 20 bucks, you're going to get an absolute ton of life out of these two tools. As you know, carbide is very hard, and we're literally giving it a tiny chamfer, almost no cut at all. So nothing really crazy about that. Not anything revolutionary, but I thought this was a really clever idea. Again, I don't remember where I saw it, but I wanted to share it because, like I said, I think it's awesome. This threading insert did work. It worked just fine, but it did not work to get to the inside of our piece. So that's why I came up with this, and I wanted to share it with you. Hopefully you enjoyed.